Hi, and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki Kirk, and I have been selling on Amazon doing retail arbitrage for 6 years. I absolutely love it. It was my full-time gig forever, but now I also make these videos and help other sellers get started or grow their Amazon business because I love it, and so I love to help other people do it. So hopefully this video will help you out today. I'm going to walk you through the 5 Amazon seller tools that I think are must-have to nice to have, and I'll walk you through and tell you why I use each one, how I use each one, and how it might help your Amazon business. If you like this video or any of my videos, please don't forget to subscribe. It means a lot to me and it costs you nothing except for hitting that little button. If you want to know when new videos come out, go ahead and hit the bell and then YouTube will tell you. Thank you guys so much for helping me get to 50,000 subscribers. That's just crazy to me and a number I never thought would happen. And so it's just exciting. So thank you guys so much if you've subscribed or if you're a new subscriber. Now, technically, you do not need any Amazon tools. You don't need any tools to sell on Amazon. You can just open the free Amazon seller account and you're good to go. However, there are things that make your life a lot easier and that can save you money, and who doesn't want an easier life, right? So I'm going to walk through these 5 tools, and the one thing to keep in mind, it's the end of the year, and every time at the end of the year, it's always a good time to stock up on any supplies, trainings, tools that you're going to need because they're all tax deductible, tax expenses on your taxes, right? So it helps bring down, your taxable income or whatever. I'm not a tax expert. I just know that all these tools that help your business are tax deductible, tax write-off. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So if it's going to help you and it's going to help your taxes, it's a win-win. Starting from the top, number 1, I think it is a must-have. Now, again, technically there's no must-have. You don't need it to sell on Amazon, but for me, it is a must-have. It's the paid Keepa subscription. This will help you save money because it's going to help you know if what you're looking at buying is possibly a bad buy. If it is a bad buy, you're possibly going to tie up your money or lose money on it, and so that's where Keepa can really pay for itself. The great thing is it's relatively inexpensive. However, it does charge in, I think it's euros, so you want to make sure if you're going to have it on a credit card monthly that you are setting it up on a credit card that doesn't charge foreign exchange fees, or if you are, then I just do the whole year because you save a little money and it's just a one-time thing instead of every month. Now, all of the tools I'm going to go over today, the link is below for everything, and if I have discount codes, those are also below, so definitely check out the video description. I think it's still below. I don't know if it's off to the side now, but anyways, it is there for you, all the links of everything that I'm explaining here and some other tools that I didn't. They're in every video. Now, I say you need the paid version because you really need the paid version. The free version will tell you some stuff, but it's not going to tell you the stuff that you really need to know when evaluating a product. So here is what the free version looks like. You can see it's just one graph. It has the price and it's got the different filters over here. Now I have a full video that walks through how to use Keepa. I will link it here. This is not a how to use Keepa. It's just like why you need it. So it's a little bit, but anyways, there's stuff I'm not going to dig into that I do on the other video. Now, if you have the Keepa Chrome extension, it looks like this on your Amazon product pages. So you can see here, this is now the paid version. So it's got a lot more information on this top bar. So this is really all that the free version is going to tell you. Helpful to know if Amazon was selling it. Helpful to see what the price history has been. But other than that, there's not a lot of stuff that's going to help you out. So here with the paid version, I can see the sales rank. I can see what the buy box was at. Now the top sales rank, I want to know what it was. This is a great ranking toy. So I can see that history. You also can see the total offer count here. So you can see there was 30 people selling it all through September. A couple jumped on, a couple sold out, and then it starts to go down. So clearly this item is selling and there's sellers, the offers are coming off of it. Then there's even less. Now let's look at what happened. It seems to be a downward trend, so maybe it's getting harder to find and there's less offers. But here you see this jump in offers. Clearly this was really easy to find, and so a lot of people were selling it, but then they'll start to sell out again. So it's just helpful to evaluate a product. That's what what you'll see very quickly on the free versus paid. Also, with the Amazon Chrome extension, you can click here and see how many people have. So this seller here, Birdie Resells, she has, or he, have 1. This Just Launched store has 2. This store has 2. This store has 1. So they don't have a lot. You know why that's helpful? If you're trying to price and you're like, oh, I need to match all these lowball sellers. No, they have like 1 or 2. Let them sell out. Let that price come back up to where you make money at it. So it's really helpful. I always love to see how many sellers and how many they have. Also, how I use Keepa is to look at the data. So you click data here and you can go to buy box statistics. So this is going to tell you how many times different sellers are in the buy box. So now on this one, I want to see the data here, buy box, because Amazon is selling it. I want to know if Amazon's going to share the buy box with me. So we'll let it think here. And you can see that Joe's deals, he gets it less than 1% of the time, but 99% of the time, Amazon is giving themselves the buy box. So on this one, if I saw Amazon was on it, I probably wouldn't also list it because it's going to be harder to sell. That's just me. People sell all different ways. That's just my preference. I am always using the Keepa app in store. So let's pop into the Keepa app. So now here is that same chart on the Keepa app. So let's go to 3 months. Now I use Keepa every time a product is sold out. And here's what I do, because I want to know what it could possibly sell for. So I'll scroll over here. You see it's got the same buy box statistics. I click offer. And now you can sort here and see historical offers. So now I can see what they were selling it for. This is extremely helpful if a product you scan is sold out at the moment on Amazon. It's not going to give you that buy box, like where you can put in your profit, right? Because there's nothing there. But you want to know what it was selling for. So I can go through here and see it was selling for 17. So again, super helpful. It tells you if it's FBA and Prime. So it's really helpful to know that you can check that stuff out. Now, if all of this is confusing to you and you want to start selling on Amazon, I have the Beginner FBA Selling course, which walks you through step-by-step with video trainings how to do this whole Amazon selling business, doing retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, doing FBA and FBM. I walk you through all of it. It's got audio transcripts of the recording so that you can listen to it on the go like a podcast, and it also has the written transcripts so you can look at it, print it out. Whatever your learning style is, I'm there to help you. Also, it has this support group on Facebook so that you can ask me real-time questions as things are coming up in your Amazon journey, both now and a year from now. You have access to that group for as long as you want it, so you can be in there asking questions of me and other sellers. It's a really awesome community, and I'm really excited to help you on your Amazon selling journey. Check it out at beginnerfba.com, and I will help you with your Amazon selling business. All right, so tool number 2, going from like a must-have to it's a pretty, you don't need it. Again, there's nothing you have to have, but this makes your life really easy. It's Inventory Lab. Now, I know this from experience because I've been selling for 6 years, and the first 4 years, I did not use Inventory Lab. I only used sending shipments to Amazon through Amazon Seller Central. Again, the free way to do it, right? Inventory Lab makes sending FBA shipments so much easier. It is an added expense, and it just got a little bit more expensive, but I think it is worth it. And again, I just do that one annual payment so that I just have to do it one time instead of coming out every month. Not only does Inventory Lab make processing shipments easier, it also has reporting to tell you if you're profitable by SKU, profitable by supplier. So if you want to know how good Walmart's doing for you, or if you have a local mom and pop and you want to know how good that store has been doing for your overall Amazon business, you can pull it that way. The Amazon platform Seller Central packing up a shipment is always changing. They rolled out last year Send to Amazon. It's like still kind of changing today. It's always changing, but Inventory Lab just works right with it. And so Inventory Lab is always the same, at least it has been for the last 2 years. So it's really easy to add a product in there, and then it has the cost of goods right there for you. So you don't have to guess like how much money you actually made on your sell. Inventory Lab tells you how much profit you're really going to make on that when it sells, including the fees and everything. We are in the heart of Q4, and I have Q4 goals. I have big goals that I'm trying to hit this Q4. Namely, I'm trying to hit $100,000 in sales, $30,000 in profit in 2 months. So Inventory Lab is crucial to helping me know if I'm on track for those goals. So you can see right now at the Amazon warehouse, I have $60,000 of potential sales of stock sitting there. That means that I have to send in another $40,000 of potential sales. Actually need to send in a lot more because things change, right? But this is telling me how on track I am with my goal. My buy cost, the total amount I've spent on this inventory is $22,000, and I have 2,000 items, quantity of items sitting at the warehouse right now. This is how I used it. Like in the past, I used to have it and I never did it for shipments, but I did it for Q4 reporting to know if I'm on track to hit my goals. You can click through to the reporting and they've got all these different options. So category profitability. Again, you can see here what categories are profitable for me. This is on a 1 month period, so within the last month. So Inventory Lab has given me a link for you where you will get 30 days free to try it out. If you don't like it or you didn't get the chance to fully use it, you can cancel at any time. And the great thing is that it remembers you. So if you cancel and then you come back a year or 2 years from now, it's still going to have everything there. It'll take a little bit to like pull your current inventory, but it's really awesome because it still remembers you, turning it off and on pretty simple. Okay, the number 3 tool that I think is so helpful for sourcing and navigating your Amazon selling journey is a BOLO group and an Amazon community. Seriously, having other sellers to talk to is how I've grown my business to the level that I've grown it, and now I continue to grow it 6 years later. It's so important to be talking to other sellers. That's why the first thing I ever created that I sell is the BOLO group, because it's helping you know what to look for by other sellers sharing what they are sourcing, what's making money for them. So now you can take that lead, go look for it, but also look for other items like it, or let it lead you to a whole new area that's all yours that you found through that direction from talking to other sellers. You learn so much through talking to other sellers, just like things that are coming up, hot sales that you might not otherwise know about, stores that are having sales. Like people are always talking about different Kohl's sales. I don't regularly source Kohl's, but when those hot sales are coming, people in the BOLO group are talking about it. And so now I know, hey, I need to go check out Kohl's because they're having a crazy clearance deal right now. Things that you might otherwise miss, all by talking to other sellers. So I might be biased, but I think my BOLO group is pretty great. And the products, I just went sourcing last week and I found a bunch of BOLO leads, and they all are still making good profit. So that's exciting, and it makes my sourcing time so much more streamlined. So it's a Facebook group. It's a monthly reoccurring charge that you can sign up for. And all you have to do is share 1 lead a month that fits the requirements of the BOLO group. All this information, again, is linked below so you can read through it at your leisure and know if it's right for your business or not. But you share 1 lead and you get a whole list. It's a Google Sheet list of all the different leads that have been shared that month, so you can know what to look for. You can make your sourcing trips ahead of time. You can pull the list, see what's on it, see what you want to be looking for, and then go out having a dedicated list plus your other items plus scanning new items. It really does help you find new products to source and sell. And sometimes it's hard to find items, so it's really great to have items that you're already looking for. Making our way into the nice to have categories, we have tool number 4, which is IP Alert. If you are concerned about brands that might potentially issue you either counterfeit complaints or IP complaints, IP Alert is a really helpful tool to help you navigate that and know ahead of time. So what a counterfeit and an IP claim is a counterfeit is some seller saying that you're selling counterfeit products or brand, which obviously if we're sourcing from retail, doing retail arbitrage, that's not the case. But since we sell on Amazon, that is something that brands can possibly do. IP is intellectual property, and it's the same thing essentially happens. You can't sell that product anymore, but the IP is saying you're infringing on our trademark of our name or our whatever their IP is that they are upset about. And so again, it's brands who go through Amazon and say, hey, they can't be selling that, like it's registered as trademarked. Now, technically in the whole world, like you can buy stuff and you can put it on shelf in your physical store or on your website even, and you're not doing anything wrong. However, because we sell on Amazon, we have to play by Amazon's rules, and Amazon allows these brands to pull these IP and counterfeit. It's not the end of the world, and you can very easily apply. I have plan of action templates that can help you appeal your thing and get it off your selling account health. Like it's a ding against your account health, and you always want to deal with them if you get them from Amazon. But IP Alert helps you not have to do all of that stuff because it tells you if this brand might have potential IP. So again, they have a web app. It's not in the App Store. It's a part of when you get the license. So not only does IP Alert tell you if a product has a potential IP, but it is also telling you if it's meltable or not, which while we're still in the meltable season at the moment, it's about to be over, but it's helpful to know if you're going to have to end up FBMing that because it's meltable. So here's what the app looks like. So you can just enter a brand. So if I wanted to do Fisher Price, now let's say I want to sell this. I want to know if Harry and David has any IPs or if this is meltable. So let's copy the ASIN, head back over to IP Alert. No IPs for Harry and David, and that is a non-meltable ASIN. So it's a really helpful tool. And honestly, I use it in store a lot during the meltable season, and anytime that I'm scanning a beauty item that I'm not sure about the brand, like beauty tends to have the most IP for me anyways. So whenever I scan a beauty item I'm not aware of, I've never sold it before, I make sure to check IP Alert to see if it's a potential IP. If it is, then I don't sell it. So IP Alert, it can be a one-time payment, or I think you can do it by year. They've given me a code Nikki, which is $30 off. You get the license for the Chrome extension, and then you can download the mobile app. It has a little pop-up. What's that barcode? That square barcode. You can scan it, and it'll take you to go to the app on your web app, and you can save it to your homepage like I have it. So IP Alert is super helpful. Again, they've given me a code. All of these links are below if you want to get it for your business. Tool number 5, which is a nice to have, is Seller Board. So if you missed last week's video, I did a whole walkthrough of how I use Seller Board, but it is so important to me to know my profit and how each item is doing, how my business is doing, what my goal is, if I'm close to that goal, and it also forecasts out your business. So here's a screenshot of what the app looks like. So it's got an app for your phone where you can very easily see what you're selling, if you're making any money at that product, and what your sales numbers are and your profit is every day. You can also forecast out. You can scroll see what your potential is for the month. Again, I love Seller Board and I use it all the time to see what I'm selling and am I making money at this business. If you've watched any of my videos where I break down how I've been doing, for a month or my hot products or whatever I've been selling, I'm always usually pulling Seller Board because it's reporting that tells you, I can tell you how I'm doing because I know how I'm doing. I know what's making money, all from using the Seller Board app and the Seller Board desktop version. So on the desktop, you enter in your cost of goods. It's not like Inventory Lab where you do it yourself because it's just pulling. It's connected to your Amazon account and it's pulling all your stock. And the one thing you have to do is add your cost of goods. But it makes it super easy. You just scroll through. Anytime you see a 0, you enter in your cost of goods. And if you make your SKUs like I make them, I can see right here what my item cost me because I made the SKU. So then I enter it, hit save, and it automatically refreshes to tell you what your profit numbers are. If you are missing a cost, you just update it, and that quickly it is back and ready for you to see. Now, Seller Board is pretty inexpensive and you can do it for a year and save even more money, but they've given me a code for you to try it out for 2 months free. You don't even have to put a credit card, so you can try it out for 2 months, which is a great time right now to see if you're gonna like it or not, because it tells you how you're doing. It's super fast, so 2 months free. Again, all these links are below if you want to try out any of these tools to see if they work for your Amazon business. So those are the top 5 tools that I use every day in my Amazon business, both from must-have to nice-to-have, so you can decide which one your business expenses allow. Again, like I said, if you do any training, supplies, stocking up on supplies at the end of the year is great. If you have tools, software, all that stuff is a tax-deductible expense for your business. So if you need to get ungating, your whole order, again, even if you don't end up selling those things, is a tax write-off. If you get any of these tools, if you take any of my trainings or the BOLO group, all those are tax deductible write-offs. So just keep your receipts and you can use them come tax time. What tools do you use for your Amazon business? Let me know in the comments below if there's something I missed or something that I should try or something that you love that makes your Amazon business easier. Drop it below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy sourcing, and I will see you back here for another Amazon selling video.